I'm KV Dahl. My family's been in the car business since 1911, and I love cars. I think about cars all the time, and heck, I even dream about cars. I was born with a dipstick in my mouth and gasoline in my veins. And this is my garage. Welcome to this week's KV Dahl's Garage. Another special one for you today, a true classic Gatsby era car, 1929 Packard 640 Phaeton. Long wheelbase car and really just the epitome of this classic style. These are just neat cars, big cars. This is the long wheelbase car. It's a Phaeton, meaning it's four doors, a four-door convertible. A nice thing about this car is it's got the windscreen for the back passengers. So you can fold this in just like that, hop in, and when you get back in, pull that right back out. Or if you don't want the windscreen, this all folds together and the whole thing flips down. You've got some good compartments in the back here to hold, store blankets and whatnot. This car's got dual side mounts, a straight 8 engine, 385 I believe, spotlight, cowl lights, the classic Packard coffin style grille, just so cool, and the 1 year only hood ornament, the goddess of speed, which is the goddess holding the wheel right out in front of her. Now 1 year only, the 29 Packard, this is the only year that it has this really nice intricate work around the bottom of the hood ornament. And an accessory option, this has these ray lights on the front that actually turn when you turn the steering wheel. So you can, as you're taking a right or a left-hand turn, these wheels are going to turn ahead of the car to see what you got in front of you. Now this car was originally sold in New York City, and 1929. 1929 was the year of the Great Depression. If you drove a Packard, you were probably a rich industrialist, a movie star, somebody that had some money. This was definitely a status symbol to have a Packard in 1929. 1929 was probably the height of Packard too. A lot of these 29s were sold as just a rolling chassis, and a lot of them went to coach builders that would put custom bodies on them. This one is a stock Phaeton. Now the original, not the original owner, but this car was restored by a gentleman by the name of Don King in Rock Island, Illinois. And he had it in the area in the Quad Cities here and used it in parades and took it to a lot of car shows. The car then went to the Lohman family, and Mr. Lohman, this was one of his pride and joy cars, and he had it, I believe, from the late 60s, early 70s, until just a couple years ago, his family sold it to my father. And my father's done quite a bit of mechanical work, just kind of sorting out of things, and we've really got a nice running, good original car. The car has been restored, but it was restored back in the 50s, and it's really aged well. 8-cylinder, 135 horsepower. Original cost on this car in 1929 was $5,500. That's a lot of money in 1929. When the stock market crashed, people lost everything. They lost their homes, their businesses, their life savings, their cars. Not many people got through it. People got through it, but it was some tough times in the United States. The radiator sits behind this radiator shell, and they had everything set up where they had these little vents. hooked to a thermostat inside the radiator. So when the car's cooling, you just fire it up. These little vents right here are all closed. As the car warms up, these vents will open up to allow air into the car, but when the car is cold, it's nice to kind of restrict that air, let the engine warm up so that it can run properly. This car also has wire wheels on it. A lot of these 29 Packards had wood spoke wheels. It's just a great car. Dual side mounts. It's a fun car to drive. It's a car that you have to drive it. It does not drive itself. I mean, it's both hands on the wheel all the time. It's not a synchronized transmission, so you have to double clutch it when you shift. Straight 8, all the power. Check out, boy, you really feel like you're somebody. Look at that Goddess of Speed hood ornament, 1 year only. All the ornamentation around the bottom of the radiator cap. The classic coffin style Packard grille with the hood tops to match the contour of the grille. Right back into this great Phaeton body. What a car. Nice big wind vents here on the side. Tighten them up, loosen them up. Just a absolute classic Gatsby automobile. One of my favorites. Top of the line. You know, if you were driving this thing back in 1929, you were truly somebody. You probably had somebody driving you, or you were king of Egypt. Long wheelbase gives it a fairly nice ride compared to driving like a 1929 Model A Ford or a 29 Chevrolet. I mean, there is absolutely no comparison. Come on around the side here. Let's take a look around the back. On the back of this car, you've got your trunk. This is kind of a neat little deal here. The trunk cover can be removed here. As you can see, you just unclip it, pull it down, and there's your suitcases. So you can pull those right out and take them right into the hotel with you. Actually, if you had a car like this, you probably had somebody that was gonna take those out for you and carry them into your room and possibly even unpack you back in these times. We did add an extra taillight. This car originally would have had one taillight. So we actually added a second taillight to the car. I think it's just a good thing to have as a safety option on these cars. You don't want to get rear-ended in a car like this. Although if you did, I don't think it would do much damage to this car. If it was a modern car that ran into you, there would be a lot of damage to it. Just a really, really cool car. Come on, let's take a look on the inside. So here you can see it is a Phaeton. So that means there's no roll-up windows in the car. This car has side curtains. You would keep your side curtains in these side compartments right here. And if you did run into bad weather, they would snap into here, snap into the top of your top irons, and almost kind of like a boat with having the plastic clear windshields down the sides. Didn't do a lot for keeping you warm, but it would keep the majority of the water out. Dual side mounts with locks. 1929, and they had locks on those side mount tires. Another kind of unique thing on this car is in 1929, it wasn't the easiest to find air to air up your tires. So this car was equipped with its own air compressor. You turn a knob on the floorboard and it would disengage the transmission, and the engine power would go to run that air compressor. So you could engage that air compressor, let it fill up, and you could fill up all of your tires on the car. Pretty ahead of its time. The car would also self-oil it. So you would press a button underneath the dash, and that would lube all of your points on the chassis that required lubrication. Just a really, really cool car. Another thing I think is kind of neat about this, come on around here. Here's your cigar lighter. It's not like what you would see where you would push it in and wait for it to pop out. This one, the element is on the outside and it's attached to a cord. So if you were to light up your cigarette or cigar, you would hold on to that, push that button, light up your cigar or your cigarette, and put it back there. And just hopefully you wouldn't put your hand into it because it would definitely burn you good. As I mentioned, the nice big wind vents on the side gives it a nice look. Tell you, this straight 8 is pretty good looking too. Take a look at that Packard power. Nice big straight 8. Pretty cool car. Way ahead of its time. Packard was known for its quality. They really overbuilt these cars, which is not a bad thing. They had a couple mottos. Packard, ask a man who owns one, or Packard, the quality will be remembered long after the price is forgotten. Says a lot. Just a cool car. 1929 Packard 640 long wheelbase Phaeton. The epitome of the classic car. So if you're into the preservation of automobile history, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.